Just... I hate you. And hello everyone, and welcome back to Let's Play Legend of Zelda Ocarina of Time. In the last episode, we did this horrible place, and this episode, we're going to be moving on to the next spiritual stone. But first, I went off quickly and caught a fish. Because we're going to need money. We're going to need money where we're going. Because someone up ahead is a horrible person. But anyway. But yeah, we're going to be heading to the next spiritual stone. Finally. Yeah. Hopefully, I'm going to be doing a couple episodes today in terms of recording. And hopefully... I haven't really said this anywhere, but I'm going to start trying to post videos a bit more regularly. Like, about, say, once a week, maybe 2 a week if I have enough footage. I only really record when I feel like recording, and if there's been a what, there was, I'm just tripping over my words now. But there's been a lot of times where I've not felt like recording in the last few months, which is why it's taken so long for me to get new episodes out. But I've started trying to just kind of get myself in the mood rather than waiting for the magical moment to come. I think I've mentioned that before, but I'm just trying to get this a bit more regularly so that people won't just give up. Because I mean, even though I'm only doing this for fun, it's almost pointless if no one watches it. And if I just stop making videos for months at a time, not many people will. Ugh. Sorry if my commentary's a bit off, I am a bit tired. Woke up a bit too early this morning. We got this guy again. I'll actually listen to him for once. Because what he says here is actually alright. And he doesn't take 30 years to explain it or ask if you've heard him correctly. I hate how in all these games, whenever it's like, oh, did you get that? It's always defaulted to no, and you're like, but I did. You accidentally spam yes, and you get stuck with having to hear the text again. And God's your teller right off the bat. It's always, you always know it's a good episode. We're going to be getting quite a few heart pieces in this episode, I think. Or at least in the next couple of episodes. But anyway, the reason we needed money, just randomly throwing rocks, was this guy over here. This guy is a bit of a scumbag. Also, he looks like, I don't even know what he's meant to be. But yeah, he sells magic beans. 10 rubies is pretty reasonable for good old magic bean. However, each time you buy one, he'll increase the price. So you need... I'm not sure how much money you need in total to buy the maximum. I think the maximum you can get is 10, and that's all you'll need throughout the whole game. But I'm just going to buy as many as I can for the moment. Just so I have to come back here less later. Yeah, that's all I can get for now. And actually, there's no point in planting one here, funnily enough. I think there isn't one. Don't quote me on that. Actually, screw it. Even though I don't think there is a purpose to doing it, I'll just do it for completionist's sake. Come back here, chicken. Cuckoo chicken. Yes, we're going to need to take this little guy with us, because cuckoos allow us to float for some reason. They must have really strong wings to be able to carry Link. I'm not sure you could do this in real life, which is unfortunate, which is why I don't own a chicken. Because if I could do this with a chicken, I would have a million chickens. Yes, I know, I'm throwing conversation about chickens. Because I am really, really kind of tired. So I can't think of what to say at all. But that's a heart piece. So yeah. So this is probably end up going to be a really rubbish episode. But on the bright side, we're actually getting some progress in the story. So it kind of offsets it a bit, I guess. And there's something we can do over there, but we can't actually do it yet. Fully, I should say. I'm going to go do that when we, like, fully able to complete it. Because otherwise you don't get a reward for it and it's kind of pointless. Oh my chicken! Ugh. I've already started shouting. Still Pete has just got post-traumatic stress disorder about the freaking one-tube bowling alley. Just pick it up. Already getting stressed. It's a good sign of things to come. But yeah, what we got to do in this episode is pretty straightforward. Also, this camera... It's weird, that bit. Ow, I got shot through the fence. This camera curves like that. I don't think there's many times in the game where it does that. I always noticed that. It always made me... It felt weird to me. But it, like, automatically curves around these corners. Bit of an odd thing. Also, it's a shame it just turned morning, so we're going to need to turn it back to night. Oh, there we go. And we get this. Excellent. Anyway, you're going to want to jump down here. And now we have to play the sun song. If it's night, you won't have to, obviously, because we need it to be night. Redundancy is redundant. And watch this. Magic! Oh. I don't know why they made Skulltulas take 2 slingshots to kill. Like, if you found it and you've shot it once, isn't that enough? I mean, I know, it seems a bit weird. I guess they want to make Skull and Skulltulas be somewhat special. Because normal Skulltulas die in, like... Well, actually, do normal Skulltulas die in one hit? I've actually completely forgotten, because I'm terrible. But yeah, as the owl said, we're going to want to play... the... I forgot the name of the song, Zelda's Lullaby. I can't believe I forgot the name of the song. But yeah. It's weird, because they said it's only known by members of the royal family, but then the Zoras know it. Oh well. Puzzles, am I right? You've got to use that instrument gimmick. But is it a pretty... Speaking of which, it is a pretty interesting gimmick that the Zelda games managed to, like, pick up on. The whole usage of magical songs and instruments and that. Pretty cool. It became kind of iconic for the series. I mean, we had this and, we had, Majora's Mask had it a lot as well, and Wind Waker, obviously, but it's a slightly weirder way, because it was like a conductor thingamajiggy. I don't know the name of that, because I'm an idiot. And here's this... Everyone loves this guy if you've played this game. He is literally the best character. Ugh. But anyway, what we're going to want to do here is use these Deku sticks we've been stockpiling since inside the Great Deku Tree. I'm going to want to light this thing. And now with this thing lit, we're going to get rid of it and do it again so we don't run out of it. Because we don't want our sticks to burn out. And we're going to want to run along here. And look at these fish. And light all of the torches. I didn't know about this when I was a kid. Didn't even know this was under here. You would have thought underneath the waterfall would be the most cliche place to check, but never did. I always was like curious as to what those other 2 torches were for. But yes, and there already 3 heart pieces. Pretty crazy. I'm afraid the super fast collection of things stops right now. Also, I just want to quickly... I'm just doing this for my sake, but I want to check how many Skulltulas I've got so I don't lose track. I was going to check that before the recording, completely forgot, because I'm terrible at this. If you haven't already tell... Oh my god, the commentary is so bad today, I apologise. But if you couldn't already tell, I'm not good at commentary. It's weird, because I thought I was finally improving over the past couple episodes, but this episode's not going well so far, unfortunately, but what can you do? It's not a train wreck, it's just I'm being a bit rubbish. I can survive being a bit rubbish. My videos are already a bit rubbish. I'm used to it. But there's not much to say, really. I'm really just going through this just on autopilot a bit, I'm going to be honest. I already know, like, I know this part of the game quite well, so I'm just kind of going through the motions. I'm not really talking about what we're doing and why, which is kind of terrible. But I guess that's what I get for recording when I'm not really fully in the mood. But I've got to get something out there. I'd rather get some episode out there rather than wait for the magical time where I'm super in the mood and I do this amazing episode, which I've never done before anyway. But because that way I only release episodes once every 3 months, and then I don't really improve in my commentary anyway because I keep forgetting how to do it. The amount of times I had to relearn my editing software was pretty annoying. Luckily they've got it a bit more ingrained in my head now. But yes, we just did a lovely diving minigame. I just didn't even make mention of that at all. But we're gonna, believe it or not, we need to do this minigame. Yeah, Ocarina of Time's a bit weird with things that are required. Also, great camera angle. Like, you need to do this weird minigame as a requirement, which we'll see why in a bit. And he went right through, this camera went right through his crotch. And went through his crotch again. But yeah, as I showed earlier, this guy's really not in a talkative mood because the princess is missing, and he is the king. I think this is, yes, the Zora King's throne room. His throne is just a waterfall, which I guess is kind of cool, but they could make it look a bit cooler. But then restrictions of the N64 and all that. What can you do? But anyway, I just want to quickly show this before we move on. Because we're already basically done with Zora's domain for now. This is the Zora shop. They sell nuts, fish. You never want to buy fish. Don't buy fish. There's literally fish right outside the shop. It's so pointless. And there's a tunic over there, but we can't get yet because they're for adults. We are the Zoras, the proud aquatic people. Of course I have a connection with royal family, that's how I go in there. I thought that was the whole point. Did I have anything to say? What's this guy got to say? Zora Fountain is a source of river. I really need to stop reading. Patron deity of the Zoras, Princess Riro is in charge of preparing his meals morning and night. Right. Well, anyway. Now that we've got the silver scale, which we got, I didn't even freaking mention that. We got the silver scale from doing the diving minigame, which allows us to dive deeper than before. Allowing us to go down here. Which is a shortcut to Lake Hylia, which is like on the other side of the map. So, bit of a weird connection. Hyrule is convoluted, as they say. And yes, we get an empty bottle. Ooh. It's a message in a bottle. Rarely is that used quite literally. But anyway, we're going to want to come over here quickly. Let's speak to this guy. He says that, so you want to do this. And in typical Zelda fashion, I'm just gonna say, I should have put them to the triggers. Anyway, I should have put my buttons to the triggers. By the way, I found out you can swim faster by pressing B. I never even knew that. By repeatedly pressing B. Didn't even know that. I'm hoping I can get in there in time, but I doubt it. I want to get over to this island over here before day comes, but looking at the map, I doubt it. Yeah, I'm going to have to play the Sun Song. I have to play that a lot this episode. Also, I hope you can't hear me mashing the trigger. Yeah, that's a pain in the butt. Have to play the Sun Song again. Oh, and I can't play music. There we go. Anyway, take a sip. Ugh. Oh. And I guess a fairy, I guess. Well. The more you know, I guess. I wasn't aware of that. That's a nice little tidbit, I guess. Shows how much I know. Yes, there's a few things to do here. A few little side bits to do over here before we go back to Zora's domain. Because normally you just take the letter to back to Zora's domain. Oh, what's Zora doing over here? But we're going to quickly get some stuff done here first. There you are. Hello. Makes you wonder, maybe like the tunnel between Zora's domain and here is like one long underground river. But if that's the case, how did Link not drown? Who knows? It'd be pretty cool either way. And make more sense geographically. I don't know, I've never looked at a full-on detailed map of the Hyrule. It may actually make sense geographically how those connect, but it doesn't seem like it at first glance. Anyway, I just want to quickly go over here, because once again, bugs are the MPV of this LP. The infinite bugs. We're going to just be keeping. Did I mess up? Nope, I didn't. I was nearly confused. Nearly, I was actually very confused. Anyway. Okay, now. Also, that was a very... I forget how quick the day-night cycle is in this game. Because that was very quick. All I did was swim over here and it was already day. I'm just trying to get hurt, there we go. I always get myself hurt by them skulltulas. Yes, I didn't even mention once again because I'm stupid. Over here we got the Scarecrow song. It doesn't do anything yet and it's not listed on the pause menu because it's a custom song that the player makes. We'll be using it much later on, but seeing as you can start it now, you might as well do it. It'll be helpful much later on. Anyway, I'm gonna come over here. And once again, great camera angles. Also, this sign is like not against the wall. They do that a lot in this game because N64. Okay, this is where things get fun, I guess. I'm not sure. Maybe I should split this up into. Nah. If this once again, if this takes too long, I'm gonna skip or speed up. Also, I just skipped all the tutorial. I just did it again. I'm an idiot. I think I remember how to do this anyway, so it shouldn't be too much of a hassle. But what we're gonna want to do is catch one that's about, I think about 10 pounds or more. Because they weigh the fish when you catch it. Once you catch that one, then we will get a glorious piece of heart. That guy doesn't look that big, but let's go for it. Just so I can remember the fishing mechanics. Oh. And concentrating on fishing. Okay, how big is this? Did I get it first try? Oh wow. Did I actually... Do I want to keep it? Yes. Did I actually get... I swear it's 10 pounds or more. If I actually got that first try, I'll be surprised. But yeah, just a tip. The biggest ones always spawn around that log there. So, it's a good idea to aim about there like I did there. Weigh my fish. Weigh my fish. £10, seriously, here is your prize. And yep, piece of heart. Already another one. Oh yeah, we don't want to leave with the... Oh wait. Weigh my fish again, please. Wow. Yeah, you can't leave with with the rod, unfortunately. I would really wish that someone found an exploit to leave with the rod, so you could just do a rod-only playthrough of this game. People do like 3 hearts playthroughs, probably be good. I mean, isn't there a thing in Twilight Princess where you can like distract Ganondorf with the rod? I don't know, I've never played Twilight Princess. Well, I started on it, but it was the Wii version, and motion controls ruin everything, at least in my opinion. Also, it was weird just having the whole game be backwards. If I can get a hold of the GameCube version of the game, I will probably play it finally. But until then, I will simply be blissfully ignorant. Anyway, and now we're going to want to go back to Zora's domain. And I think after that, we will end this episode off. Because we've got a lot done. We've got a bunch of heart pieces, got a couple skull tellers. And also we managed to do the... I like how I had no trouble with the fishing minigame. But the Bombchu bowling alley took like a whole episode. But yeah, fishing's always fun. But yeah, the fishing minigame's actually pretty good. I'm going to go on a bit of a tangent. It's pretty good time. Also, there is a super rare fish that you can get later on. If you want to go for a super 100%, literally get everything, you want to go get that super rare fish. I've never done that, 'cause I'm not a massive fan of the fishing game. I don't hate it though, it's one of the better minigames in the game. It's quite fun, at least. It's not like a Bombchu bowling alley. But yes, anyway. Thank you very much for watching. In the next episode, we will be moving on, giving the letter to the King Zora, and finding out where the princess has gone, and getting the next spiritual stone, and all that stuff. So anyway, until then, see you then.